Hey everyone, Restless Gardener here again, out in the garden, of course, on my day off. What do? I garden. Somebody stop me. Anyway, going to be planting the little quickfire hydrangeas today. They've been here sitting up against the house for a couple of weeks. So what we're going to do, I have two of them. We are going to be pulling out these Stella D'Oro daylilies. We have a lot of daylilies planted by our landscaper back in 2018 before we started kind of doing things ourselves. And we've divided some over the years, so I think we got rid of 3 earlier. Gave them to my brother. He has just had a in-ground pool installed and needed some landscaping. So we gave him 3 and we still have 18. That is way too many. So we're going to be taking out, there's 3 here. And there is 3 here. We're going to be taking them out and giving them to my neighbor. You can see what they look like. I think I mentioned this in a previous video. They just start to look ratty in the heat and humidity of summer once they're done their initial bloom. And then you got to go pull out all the ratty leaves, peel out these stems, these dead stems. Most of them come out pretty easily. You can just pull them. But it's not something I want to do with 18 daylilies. So we're getting rid of these. And I think we're also going to get rid of these asters. They do have pretty purple flowers. They're just, get my shadow out of the way. They're floppy, they're half dead. I don't know, to me it's just not a really pretty look. So this is what we clean up from the daylilies. And you see it's not that difficult. You just go around and you pull it. And you can pull some of the dead stems. They come up pretty easily if you pull the dead leaves. So that's cleaning them up. And see how easily that stem came out. They might get a second bloom if you clean them up on a regular basis, especially if they're in full sun, like those ones. Right there, right there. But it's a lot of work for 18 daylilies, so I'm trying to replace them with something a little bit low maintenance. So we'll show you once we get the rest of them out and get the hydrangeas in. You see the hole that it came out of. Not that big. Probably going to have to expand that for the hydrangeas. We'll see. So stay tuned. We would have had more room to maneuver if we took the asters out first, but that's fine. And you can see, cleaned the daylilies up a little bit. You can see how much greener they look once you get rid of a lot of the ratty stuff. We're keeping these 2 daylilies because I think these are called Stella Supreme. They are a little bit more of a pale lemon yellow. My husband likes them. He thinks they're prettier than the Stella D'Oro, which are kind of like an orange yellow. So we'll keep those. So Stella Supreme versus Stella D'Oro. I don't know if on camera you might notice much of a difference, but there's definitely a difference. So we'll find some place to put the pretty pale yellow ones. Let's see if I can get that. Stella D'Oro up top, Stella Supreme to the left, Stella D'Oro to the right. I think you can see the difference on camera. Hold them closer. So yeah, we'll keep the pale yellow ones. They're prettier. I think one other thing we're going to do in the garden today is transplant this Flame Thrower Redbud into the spot where this horrible Standing Ovation serviceberry is. If I would have known that this is what they were going to look like all summer, I would have never gotten it. I have 2 that look like this. One is doing fine. Not sure why that one is kind of, what's the word I'm looking for? Not susceptible to such horrible disease. Damn, I don't know what's going on. I know that serviceberries are susceptible to cedar apple rust, but I don't think that's what this is. I just think it doesn't get enough water. Our summers are getting drier, and it's already been in the ground for 4 years, so I don't feel the need to water it, but I guess I'm supposed to. And then it gets ravaged by Japanese beetles, even though I treated for Japanese beetles earlier in the spring with the Bayer 3-in-1. Well, apparently that didn't work. So this is not the look I'm going for on the side of my house, again, which is close to the front. So we have this extra Flame Thrower Redbud because I had ordered one. I think I mentioned in a previous video. I ordered one online and it came as bare root, and that is being generous because it really had no roots. And then it leafed out and the company sent us this one as a replacement. So now we have two. So I'd never really thought about putting a tree that is going to get such a big canopy over here on the side because I don't want it to be shady over here. Everything else we have planted is full sun. But I think in the height of summer and even now, once the sun comes over the house, kind of see the sun is just about to come over the house up there. If you can see that without getting blinded. And this is in August. In July and August, these beds here would already have sun. So I think we'll be okay. This flamethrower is only 15 to 20 feet tall and wide. Now, granted, that is going to be a little bit taller than I want for over here, but it's going to be a while before it gets there, so I think we'll be fine. I've kind of been racking my brain about where to put this extra tree, too, because I'd like it somewhere close to the house where I can see it. The other one is up behind our seating area, so in what used to be the woods, so we can see it from the house, but not perfectly. So I think this will do fine here. This serviceberry we will put in a pot and try to doctor it to health. So I think, like I said, we're going to do that today as well. And we got all of the daylilies out to give to my neighbor, and I have the one firelight here. I'm sorry, little quick fire. I think the one hole the daylily came out of is actually the perfect spot for that. And we're just now in the process of getting the 3 Stella Supreme, at least what I think are Stella Supreme daylilies, out of the ground. So the other little quick fire can go there. And we are planting the Stella Supremes here, where we had 3 Stella D'Oros that we're giving to my neighbor. That was not the original plan, but my husband wants to keep those Stella Supremes. He likes the color better, so that's fine, as long as we didn't have to dig extra holes, which we didn't have to do. Just taking a look at this beautiful Perfect Storm hibiscus. It's in full bloom now. Went from a couple blooms the other day to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I don't know, 12, 13. Beautiful. All right, we'll give you a progress update when we get a little bit further along, so stay tuned. So this is roughly in its hole. We haven't planted it yet, filled it in. It's just in the hole. So that's where that one's going to go. This is roughly where this one is going to go. I can't get it in its exact location because it's a little bit sloped on this side of the berm and it will fall over. But I think this is roughly the location. We'll see once we get the hole dug, or get that land flattened out a little bit, and then we can put it on top and see what it's going to look like. We did get the 3 Stella Supremes in the holes where the 3 Stella D'Oros were. These ones are a little bit smaller. I don't think the Stella Supremes grow as big as the Stella D'Oros, which is fine, because sometimes the Stella D'Oros get a little bit too big and take up way too much space. So I think these will look fine here. Got them all watered in. And we'll update you once we get the hydrangeas done. So stay tuned. These are quite root bound, so this is what you have to do with the root bound shrub. You really need to break those roots up so that it has a chance of survival, and you want those roots to go out, not keep circling the root ball. So just keep that in mind when you're planting plants that have been in the pot for too long. They get root bound and they need to have some help. Alright, so we got the second little quick fire in. Looks good. I think it looks a lot better than the daylilies and the asters, which always looked ratty. Once we're completely done, I will just do like a walking tour, or at least walk down this side yard and show you everything from front to back so you can see what it used to look like at the beginning of the video and what it looks like now. I think it looks a lot better. Okay, we finished. Redbud is in. Looks good. Looks a heck of a lot better than that poor serviceberry, which we will just put in a pot and doctor it for a while, see if we can get it to do anything. And as we're walking down the path, you can see the two little quick fire hydrangeas. One there, getting some mid-afternoon sun. I think it's about 3 o'clock. It was in the shade when we planted it. It'll get sun in the morning, sun in the afternoon. It'll be fine. What else do we have here? I can tell you. So these are 3 dwarf fothergillas. They bloom in the spring. We have 3 balloon flowers. They're done blooming. There's a sparse bloom now and again. That's what the pretty blue flower is there. The balloon flower. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 purple pillar rose of Sharon, which provide a nice screen here. Just get you a close-up on these pretty flowers. Obviously the pollinators really like them, but they are not sterile as I originally thought. And then here's the second little quick fire. Again, getting some afternoon sun. I think this bed's looking better. Everything over here is finally looking better. Everything has to grow in, obviously. I mean, it's much fuller down this end because we haven't done as much. We didn't need to do as much down here. Sorry about the air conditioner. But everything is finally starting to grow in. We still have some daylilies. This part of the yard now in August will be pretty much in full shade from now forward. It gets sun in the morning enough so that the Shasta daisies and the hibiscus bloom. It's a pretty shot of the top wall, a little bit of dappled light, some petunias and some New Guinea impatiens up there. I'm guessing what are quick fire standards, either that or Pinky Winky, the hydrangea standards. Everything's looking good. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. If you're not already subscribed, please do. Helps me grow my channel, and don't forget to leave a comment. Have a great day, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.